My name is Barney, and this channel is all about transgender and crossdresser.
Hey yo, welcome back again here in this channel, and for today's special episode, we are going to listen to this beautiful transgender woman from Tokyo, Japan, Miss Andromeda. And for today's episode, she was going to enumerate some of her favorite things as a transgender living in Tokyo, Japan, and also the worst part. And it sounds interesting, but before that, please support us by clicking the join button below and follow the instruction. And also, you can give us some tip. There's a $sign below. You can also do the same thing. And now, I want you to take much of your time to prepare yourself because you're about to listen to this beautiful trans woman. Here she is.
And this is part 2 of things I like and not like about living in Japan as a trans person. Here are 3 more things that I like. Number 1 is that Japan has a really long history of transgender or gender non-conforming people in media and also in stage. You have the extremely well-known example of kabuki in Japan where men play women roles as well. So it's called onagata and female form. But you also have more contemporary examples like icon Miwa Akihiro, who came up in the 60s as a performer, as a female impersonator in a way, trans, who knows, and was a movie star as themselves in like female presenting. Japanese media has always had trans people visible, even though it might not be the best visibility. There is more or less understanding, or at least some sort of like familiarity with trans individuals in Japanese society. Number 2 is that there are a few trans-friendly bars and spaces here in Japan that are dedicated to trans people, trans women. There are bars by trans men, for trans men, and there's a lot of spaces like these that are meant to be safe spaces for the community. And more or less they are well protected. And number 3, I would say, is a very shallow reason, but it's the access to treatments. I just got my eyelashes curled, and that was about 4,000 yen, which is like 20 American dollars. So it's pretty cheap to kind of get things done that make you feel more womanhood, because Japan has such a beauty industry. Now, 3 things that I don't think are so good. Number 1 is the difficulty in being acknowledged as transgender on a legal side in Japan. The requirements for Japan to allow you to change your gender marker on your passport or your birth certificate and everything are extremely high, which include you cannot be married, you cannot have children under 18, you have to be sterilized, and you have to have bottom surgery, amongst other things, right? So they allow it, but it's like you really basically have to give up so much of your life and so many aspects of yourself in order for the government to acknowledge it. And I think there's a lot of protests around that in Japan right now to kind of try and scale it back and make it less invasive. Number 2 would be that counseling, mental health and counseling are very inaccessible in Japan and not really common knowledge, and people don't really reach for these sort of resources. So a lot of times you will be on your own trying to figure out your gender, or if you're even for things like depression and stuff, people don't seek help because it's, first of all, not covered by most insurances, and it's quite expensive like anywhere in the world, right? And the last thing would be that people's lack of education. It kind of goes against the thing I do like about Japan, where I think that people in the media have been very present. Trans people in media have been present in Japan. However, people have a lack of education of how to talk about these issues, especially with trans women. So they will ask you very personal and basic questions like if you've had bottom surgery or not, are you a man or a woman, are you on hormones, like these things that maybe in the West we have more knowledge of being like, that's a you thing, and you tell me when you're ready, not me when I ask you. But in Japan, really, people have almost no filter and no boundaries for that. So lack of education in sort of like how to actually communicate with trans people and how to deal with them on a daily basis, rather than seeing them as like figures on TV, which can almost dehumanize trans people. So in a way, people are used to the presence of trans individuals, but they're not used to seeing them as regular people in their daily life. So some more things that I like about living in Japan as a trans woman. Let me know if you want a part 3, and check out my other content.
Hello, it's a beautiful world here.
Hi, this is Scarlett, and don't forget to subscribe to Barney Bear's channel.
Hi guys, this is Rika, and don't forget to subscribe
now to Barney Bear's channel. Anak ko yan.
Barney Bear's channel, where color